ACMi productions are only made possible with your support. Visit patreon.com/ACMi to learn how you can help.
Seniors take the stage at the Council on Aging. Bloch Performing Arts opens its first commercial location in Lexington, and we get a bird's eye view of New England's largest flight school. From McLennan Park to Spy Pond, from Poets Corner to the Mystic River, we have Arlington covered, giving you stories that count from people who care. Reliable, trustworthy, dependable. This is the nationwide award-winning ACMi News. Epic Elders is a community-based program from Boston's Huntington Theater that serves senior citizens in Arlington with the support of the Council on Aging. Hello everyone, I'm Paul Werlin.
And I'm Swaga Jha. 15 seniors that wrote, developed, and starred in their play, Not Dead Yet, but Moving in That Direction, had the opportunity to perform in Boston and at the Council on Aging's main hall.
On June 25th, the Council on Aging held a theater performance for Arlington's aging community.
You're all here to support your own members of this community, and we're really happy that we're all here to support them. Today, as you probably know, you're here to see a short play. To start, it is called Not Dead Yet, but Moving in That Direction.
The play was an original piece written by Epic Elders. Epic Elders is a community theater group centered around performing in elderly spaces, such as nursing homes, senior centers, and councils on aging.
Some of you have gray or white hair. Some of you can't always remember things, maybe. And some of you have wrinkles.
Among the group were many accomplished women.
I'm Sally. I've been an actress most of my life, usually on stage, but more recently in film.
I'm Dawn, and I climbed Mount Fuji. I'm Lana, and I participated in 15 medical mission trips along the Amazon in Brazil, Jamaica, and Uganda.
I'm Mary, and I bicycled across the United States before there was GPS or cell phones.
The short play is a poignant piece about the acceptance of both age and of death, punctuated by emphasis on the broad and spectacular life experiences of our elder community and the importance of sharing moments of real connection between the elder community and the younger community.
Sending his body to California and putting him in a composter, and then we can use the dirt that comes out for his garden.
The play was a hit with the Council on Aging, and following the performance, all attendees were treated with a wonderful array of ice cream.
Congratulations to all the performers, proving that getting older doesn't mean losing that creative spark.
June 26th and 27th saw the return of ArlingTEN, the event put on by Arlington Friends of the Drama, one of the oldest community theaters in the country, offering viewers an evening of 10 plays that were 10 minutes long each, and the cost was, you guessed it, $10. Joe Stallone produced and curated the festival, which featured playwrights from across New England, including Air of Intelligence by Kirk Fisaris, Holy Water by Chuck Brestman, and The First Birthday by Jamie Lynn.
Bloch Performing Arts is set to open their first commercial location in Lexington. Founded in 2021, Bloch Performing Arts is a music school that specializes in voice, piano, and music production based in Burlington. Founder Jessica Bloch-Moyson started her business out of her apartment in 2021 and conducted countless music lessons from her apartment, online classes, and in-home visits. This new opening represents an exciting step forward, allowing for expanded offerings, increased accessibility, and a dedicated space for learning. You can check out the new location at 271 Lincoln Street in Lexington, just off Route 2 and 95. If you're taking the T, you can get there easily on the 76 bus. Join BPA for their block party and grand opening on October 10th, starting at 10 a.m.
The Department of Planning and Community Development have begun working on solutions to mitigate the high temperatures expecting this summer. ACMi's James Bland spoke with DPCD Director Claire Ricker to hear how the town is beating the heat.
Wicked Cool Mystic, which is a regional municipal vulnerability preparedness or MVP project we're working on along with Everett, Chelsea, Malden, and the Mystic River Watershed Association received a grant to plan extreme heat mitigation interventions. And so as part of this project, shade sails were installed last week in Broadway Plaza to provide shade over the plaza benches. In addition to the shade sails, the town will plant a mature shade tree at Spy Pond Park to provide canopy cover for the picnic area, and also misting tents are planned to be available at pop-up events, Department of Recreation programming, and at town events such as Town Day and the Res Beer Garden. We're also working to implement other extreme heat interventions. Last month, the town opened its Cool and Connected grant program, which offered up to $5,000 to help local businesses, nonprofits, and other organizations to create cooling centers and heat relief resources for residents, especially for older adults and low-income families. 3 applications were received, and we're excited to share that Arlington will have 3 new cooling centers opening this summer at Arlington Eats, at St. John's Episcopal Church, and at the Calvary Methodist Church. Programming, entertainment, and amenities will be available at these sites, and hours of operation will be announced soon, so people should keep an eye out for that. These sites will also feature information about climate change impacts and how to stay safe during heat emergencies, as well as information about how to access other social services. And finally, the Cool and Connected program is as much about staying safe and cool as it is about building social connection, because ultimately that's what folks rely on in a crisis. So we're very excited to launch these cooling centers.
Temperatures are expected to soar this week, so make sure you're taking precautions when participating in activities outside. In more DPCD news, the town of Arlington was granted $169,000 for a new electric school bus. This is now the 4th electric school bus set to join Arlington's fleet.
This new bus will bring the total number of electric buses in the Arlington Public Schools bus fleet to 4 of 13 buses. So roughly 30% of our school bus fleet is now electric. The electrification of Arlington's school bus fleet is part of the town's net zero action plan goal of converting to an all-electric municipal vehicle fleet by 2050.
The grant was funded by the Diesel Emissions Reduction Act, made possible by the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection. Arlington Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Elizabeth Homan said, quote, "We are thrilled to add a 4th electric school bus to the APS fleet. These buses support a healthier environment from day one on the roads, plus they help us do our part to secure a climate-stable future for our kids." More information about Arlington's climate and resilience planning efforts can be found at arlingtonma.gov/climate.
Summer is officially going strong. Paul, do you have any plans to get out of the house?
Well, there's a lot of options to choose from here in Arlington. Luckily, Sarah Cauchy is here to share what's on our community calendar. Sarah?
Thanks, Paul. For the month of July, music lovers can enjoy the summer concert series at Whittemore Park. Hosted by Arlington's Chamber of Commerce, the summer concert series takes place every Wednesday evening from 6:30 p.m. to dusk. Bring a lawn chair or blanket and enjoy an evening of live music. On July 9th, the Arlington Author Salon presents Family Relationships at the Robbins Library. Admission is free, and authors Danny Leonard, Nicole Grave-Lipson, and Elizabeth Preston will read from their published works. This will be followed by a Q&A session. From creative events to the practical. On Saturday, July 11th, you can return to the Robbins Library for the next Fix-It Clinic. Between 2:30 and 4:30 p.m., residents can bring in broken electronics, small household appliances, clothing with tears, bikes, and more to get a free session with the Fix-It coach. Bring in any supplies that you have to make repairs, and coaches will utilize their knowledge and tools to help you fix your items. Space is limited, so register online at the event page on the Robbins Library website. Later that afternoon, from 4 to 5:30 p.m., True Story Theater presents Stories of Invisible Disabilities at the Arlington Center for the Arts. Tickets are $15 online and $25 at the door. And if you're interested in learning more about playback theater, on July 18th, True Story Theater is putting on an improv workshop from 2 to 4 p.m. Participants of all experience levels are invited to explore storytelling, creativity, and empathy through improvisation. Suggested donations range from $10 to $15, with pay-what-you-can options starting at $5. That's everything I have for you this week. Swaga, back to you.
The Arlington branch of Toastmasters held its open house on Saturday, June 27th. The social event featured light refreshments and the chance to speak with existing members after a demonstration of prepared speeches. If you're interested in joining, the club meets on the second and fourth Saturday of each month from 9:30 to 11 a.m., once on Zoom and once in person.
Last Thursday, the Arlington Police Department hosted Conversation at the Station, an informal gathering at the police station focused on the community. The event ran from 5 to 7 p.m. and included refreshments, APD's canine dog Iko, and comfort dog Officer Roger. This gathering gave Arlington residents the opportunity to speak with officers regarding 911 calls, traffic safety, animal complaints, and certain roles within the Arlington Police Department. Thank you to the Police Department for hosting this event, and we hope everyone who went enjoyed and were able to learn something new.
This heat wave has been brutal already.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop anytime soon. To let us know what to expect, here's Josh Guichery with the weather report.
Thanks, Paul, and a happy 4th of July weekend, everyone. This week really cranked up the heat with temperatures as high as 109 degrees. We're facing an extreme weather alert from now until Saturday night around 8 p.m. The 4th of July, it'll be partly sunny and hot with a high near 97 degrees, but watch out for some scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout the day, mainly after 9 a.m. There is hope we'll have a dry night for some fireworks, but prepare for those rain clouds to wash out your barbecues in the afternoon. Those extreme temperatures won't stay with us for long, so let's take a look at the forecast for the rest of the week. Sunday will be mostly sunny with a high near 86 and a low of 65. There'll be a nice light and variable breeze in the morning that will become calm in the evening. Monday, we're just barely getting relief from the heat. There's a 30% chance of showers, and it'll be partly sunny with a high of 79 and a low around 61. Tuesday and Wednesday are looking pretty similar. Mostly sunny with a high near 82 and a low around 63. Closing out the week, Thursday, those temperatures will climb back up to around 88 degrees. Stay safe, stay hydrated, and don't forget to wear your sunscreen. But before we head to the desk, let's check in on Daniel with Beyond the Score.
Hey folks, Daniel Lipoff from Beyond the Score. I'm hitting the road once again, heading over to the FIFA Fan Fest in Boston. Now, what's different about this game, this is Norway versus France, but what's different about the England-Croatia game I went to about 2 weeks ago, Norway and France are playing here at Boston Stadium, so I think we're in for a treat. As I walked through the media entrance, I immediately could tell how packed this place was with Norway and France fans. This was one of the last matches to be streamed at the Fan Fest, and Boston showed out. Unfortunately, the Fan Fest has since closed, but it was a major success. According to FIFA, more than 155,000 fans from 108 countries came to watch 43 live-streamed matches over 16 days. The match itself, though, was one of the most electric during the group stage, with France winning 4-1, but the game belonged to one, Ousmane Dembele. The forward and the 2025 Ballon d'Or winner scored a hat trick, or 3 goals. In doing this, he joins only 2 other players, Jonathan David from Canada and Argentina's Lionel Messi. And still Dembele! And once the final whistle blew, celebrations filled the Fan Fest. France, fabulous match gave them hope, but do we do so well? Is France in to the round of 32? For ACMi News at the FIFA Fan Fest in Boston, I'm Daniel Lipoff.
The sun was out and the weather was warm this past Sunday, making it the perfect time to crack open a new book among friends. Arlington Community Orchard hosted an Unplug and Read event, offering residents a time to put down devices and connect over a shared love of reading, surrounded by the greenery and the harvest of the orchard. The event encouraged participants to bring a chair or blanket to relax on, and also included a book swap and share and free pastries courtesy of FoodLink. If you missed this event, the Orchard will be hosting more events like this throughout the summer, including free herbalism workshops and meditation sessions.
For aspiring pilots, learning to fly begins with the right training and guidance. East Coast Aero Club, the largest flight school in New England, helps students take their first steps into the world of aviation. ACMi News correspondent Lydia Chen spoke with the club's senior flight instructor, Jim Henry, about his experience and what the school offers.
Hi, I'm Lydia Chen. Today I'm here with James Henry from East Coast Aero Club. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course.
And would you like to introduce yourself and tell us about your role at East Coast Aero Club?
Sure. My name is Jim Henry. I'm a senior flight instructor at East Coast Aero Club. I've been teaching there 25 years and help people get licenses anywhere from a basic visual license all the way up to a multi-engine where they can fly something with 2 engines or even to become a flight instructor. I kind of grew up with it because my father was a pilot for United Airlines, but I didn't want to do what he did, so I became an accountant. And I did that for 10 years and absolutely hated it. So I'm like, well, I've got to do something different. And my wife was incredibly supportive. She's like, yeah, you got to try something different. So I said, I think I want to be a pilot. She's like, okay. So I got into it and trained for about a year and became a flight instructor, and I've been teaching ever since. One benefit of being a flight instructor is that flying can be a little bit expensive, and so when you become a flight instructor, you still continue to build hours that the airlines will need to see your experience level, but you don't have to pay for it anymore. The student is now paying for the flight time. Mm-hmm. So it's a great way to kind of build your time and do it in a somewhat affordable way. So that's what initially got me into it, but what keeps me in it, I think, is just the fact of helping people that are so excited about learning something that's so cool like flying. I often tell people, if I had to teach people accounting, I don't think I could do that, but teaching them how to fly an airplane is easy. You know, it's one of those things that's just so rewarding.
For people who may not familiar with East Coast Aero Club, would you like to introduce this company?
Sure. East Coast is a club that's been around for more than 40 years now. It started off just as a single airplane club, and the owner was in the Air National Guard in New York most of the time during the week, and he would come here on the weekends and rent the plane out, and he was a mechanic as well, so he could do some of the repairs and stuff like that. But over 40 years it's grown, and now we have another person in charge of all the maintenance, and you know, Mark has grown this from a small club to a place that has locations in Nashua and Norwood and Bedford now. So it's become a big thing.
It's the largest in the New England?
It is. And when they started off, they never envisioned that, but that's kind of what it's turned into. And we have a variety of planes too. We have over 40 at this point. So wow. From a flight instructor standpoint, some flight schools only have 1 or 2 planes, so you're in the same type of plane all day. But East Coast has probably, I don't know, 7 or 8 different types of planes. So we get a lot of variety of different things that we get to fly. Safety is definitely our number one thing. We factor safety into everything from the maintenance on the aircraft to the decision making to people evaluating themselves to see if they're good to go. To make sure that they're not on medications that they don't belong on or that would affect them. The flight instructors all talk to each other. If they have a student that they have a challenge with, they're like, oh, do you have any ideas for that? Or can you fly with my student, you know, to help out? And we all, you know, talk to each other. But the students come and they like being there, and it's a fun environment, and, you know, we have a good time with it. Obviously, safety is the first thing, but I would say fun is probably the second part of it. Yeah. And then hard work is the third part of it. So if people work hard and they have, you know, a good time with it, they're going to keep coming back. And so it's just a very, very fun place to work.
As an Arlington resident, James shared his thoughts on what his experience in Arlington has been like.
We absolutely love Arlington. We used to live out in Stowe, and we've been in Arlington about 6 years now. But we like to walk to things, and we like to be close to the city. The nice thing for work is it's only 15, 20 minutes away from Hanscom, where I work. So I enjoy the short commute. But you know, Arlington is just, it's such a great place to live because of being able to walk to things and being close to the city and having public transportation and great restaurants and stuff.
For ACMi News, I'm Lydia Chen.
East Coast Aero Club continues to support both hobbyists and future professional pilots with the focus on safety, confidence, and professional hands-on instruction that gives students a place to begin their journey toward the sky.
And that'll do it for this week's edition of ACMi News. Have a story you want us to cover? Know about an upcoming community event? Share your ideas by writing us at the address on the upcoming screen.
For ACMi News, I'm Paul Werlin.
And I'm Swaga Jha. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.
You can always check out our latest segments and newscasts on the web at acmi.tv/news. And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ACMi News. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel as well. You'll find us at youtube.com/ACMi News. If you have any news tips for us or wish to become a citizen journalist, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at news@acmi.tv or stop by ACMI Studio A at 85 Park Avenue.
ACMi productions are only made possible with your support. Visit patreon.com/ACMi to learn how you can help.